Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. Every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. And part of that is understanding our industry and what we do and how we learn what we do, which is, I think, is really interesting for consumers to know that when they go out and work with a realtor, what kind of training that realtors have, because there's a lot of different training out there. And you know, there are a lot of designations for realtors, and all those things mean something. You know, they don't necessarily, consumers don't necessarily know what those designations mean, but above all, it means those realtors have had more education. Well, there's a form of training that also goes on for new sales consultants who work with new home construction. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today and a special class that's coming to the Houston area. But before I do, I want to remind you to go over there to Facebook and give us a like for Houston Real Estate Radio over on Facebook. And if you miss any of today's show, you can catch the whole show online on video at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. All right, MarSue Haffner is Skyping in from Dallas. Welcome to the show, MarSue.
Thank you, Shannon. Glad to be here.
So MarSue is with Sales Solve Everything. That's her company up in Dallas. And MarSue, I know I've interviewed Ralph Williams before, your partner, and we interviewed him a while back because you guys actually came out to the brokerage over at Register Real Estate Advisors and did a really great training. That training was on negotiations and closings. And the agents that attended it were they were so excited about it. I heard so many great things about it. They were just raving about it. So you own this school up in Dallas, and you travel all over the state training new home sales consultants and realtors, right?
Right. We actually are a new home sales training and consulting company. We actually travel and speak all over the United States.
That's exciting.
For national builders and for builders that are growing and upcoming builders. So we do a lot of sales training, but our passion and how we started was really our school. We have a new home sales school, and the one that we're bringing to Houston for the second time this month in August 12th and 13th is our comprehensive school, Shannon. We literally take a new home sales agent from beginning to end and give them a great overview on our industry, because our passion is really to have great trained professionals out there. So if a customer comes in, they feel really good about the experience.
Yes. That's something that I think that real estate training is missing. So there's when realtors go to school, the classes that the Texas Real Estate Commission says that they have to have before they take their test are all focused on learning contracts, learning how to do all the paperwork in the transaction as a realtor. They don't teach there's a lot that they leave out. So the two parts that I really feel strongly that they leave out is the customer service, how do you actually sell part, but also the what are you selling? They don't teach anything about the construction of a house or anything about the house itself, how it's made, the inspection process, the building process. Realtors, they graduate from real estate school and they don't know what these terms are when a home is built. They don't know what a fascia board is. They don't know what these things are. And then the other side of it is now they've got a client and they're worried about the paperwork and what to do, but it's more than just that. You've got to have that kind of that bedside manner and how to be able to cultivate the lead and close the deal. So I think that those are two components on either side of what a realtor is taught in school that they have to get through other means, through their brokerage and other means. And you guys do an amazing job at selling or at teaching this stuff to new home sales. And so now you're spilling over into the real estate industry because there's such a need for it.
Well, I also got my license after 20 years of the new home builder. I thought, I've always wanted to have my license. So I went to Champion School of Real Estate, and I was amazed at what realtors need to know. But when I finished, I'm like, okay, we've done nothing about negotiating, nothing about closing, nothing about how really to sell. Yeah. And so Ralph and I do that. We have our comprehensive school. Not only, it also covers personality. I did some personality with you guys too.
Yeah, that was great.
So understanding different personalities, and a biggie is finance, because a lot of times we're not trained on how to even run the numbers and help people with tax benefits. So we're big on finance. We're big on siting, how to go out to the home site. I would think for an agent, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
And it is also for a brand new salesperson on site. They have to be trained. They have to know what they're doing. We do model demo, how to handle concerns, closing, and especially today with the different cultures, Shannon, there's so many different cultures that need
you have to know how to deal with them.
To understand how to make the experience right for them too.
That's right. The Greater Houston Builders Association teaches a class on the ABCs of home building. And I brought that class into my brokerage because it's so important. The realtors need to know about what they're selling, the actual product. When you go to a car salesman, they know how to do all the paperwork and everything, but they also know everything about that vehicle. That's something that realtors are lacking. A lot of them don't know details about the house that someone's buying. And so I think that that's a great thing that you guys cover on, being able to teach people more of the skill set they need to be a sales professional.
Right. We do.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting.
So
go ahead.
Well, I want to talk about some of the topics that you guys offer, some of the classes that you have. I know you did negotiations and closings with us. You've got a class coming up where you're going to be teaching here in Houston soon.
We are going to do our comprehensive class, and that is on August 12th and 13th. So that is a Wednesday, Thursday from 9:30 to 4:30. And we invite managers always from different companies to come, the builders to come in. But it is for anyone that wants to, number one, look at the business. Do I want to be an on-site new home sales professional? It's also for somebody that just needs a boost. Sometimes companies are ready to let us go when all we need is just a little boost, And it's also a great onboarding program. So if anybody's out there wanting to get in the business, come take a look at it, because we also do placement. We help place you with new home builders.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know you guys did placement. That's exciting. All right, I know you work with a lot of builders. Tell me some of the builders that you've worked with and had really great success with the new home sales.
Well, let me talk to you about who we deal with, nationally and locally here is, we deal with D.R. Horton. We work a lot with K-Hub and Ryland and David Weekley. A lot of smaller builders like H8 Hunt, Pacific Lifestyle, Southgate, Bloomfield, Darling, a lot of builders. Now in Houston, we came and did a seminar in Houston, and there was builders represented from Perry, Longgate, Ryland, KB, Green Eco. I'm trying to think of Guillen, Grandview. A lot of different builders have attended our classes and our school. So we are doing more in the Houston market because you guys have a great market just like Dallas does.
Yeah.
So, we want to be able to come down there and help out as well.
And I think that it's great that realtors and the builders and developer community are working more closely hand in hand. I think that will continue to be enhanced as we move forward. I think that there's a need for that. There really is a need to work in that direction. And it's interesting because the builders who choose not to work well with the realtors, there are these underground forums now talking about them. And I don't even think they realize it, that there's these underground forums saying, don't work with this builder, don't go see that salesperson. And so it's bringing things up to a new level of, these are the professionals you want to work with. And I think that that's something that you're helping to do, is cultivate those professionals that realtors want to work with.
Well, I tell you something, I've been with builders that are not pro realtor. And when I got my license, I made phone calls and said, you know what? You don't appreciate this. This is complicated to be a realtor. I had a greater understanding. And when I came to your group, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we do a silent auction for the GHBA and a real estate company buys it instead of a builder. And I'm thinking, this is awesome. It was very exciting for me too, Shannon, to come and be with your team and realize they do get it. And they're very educated, and they take their profession very seriously. Well,
if anybody's listening to the program today who wants to come over to your class, they can just mention that they heard about it here on Houston Real Estate Radio, or register Real Estate Advisors, and you're going to give them a discount. So that's good.
The course is only $549 for the 2 days. Okay. And if they mention your real estate, your radio program, or the real estate company, then we are going to do that for $499. And all they have to do is go to salessolveeverything.com, or they can call my personal phone number at 972-989-2737.
All right, so you can go to salessolveeverything.com and get more information. The class, again, is going to be next week on Wednesday and Thursday, and it's being held at First American.
It's being held at First American Title, one of our very first sponsors when we started the company a few years ago, and that is at 1500 South Dairy Ashford, Suite 300 in Houston. So First American is the sponsor, and we'd love to have them. Lunch is included, and they will learn a lot. Shannon.
You can be a realtor, you can be a new home salesperson. really anybody can take the class.
To get into new home sales.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. People really want to break into the industry and they don't have anybody to help them. So that when they go to interview, they have some background and knowledge on our industry.
You said it. Realtors have so much. I mean, that's why the realtor coursework is what it is, because there's so much they have to know contractually and with the process of buying and selling a home. There's not enough time to put in all these other things, and that's why they have to get all these designations to learn. And so I appreciate you offering these classes. Great information that you're putting out there for the realtor community and for the builder community.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Thanks for having us. We really enjoyed it, Shannon.
All right, we'll be right back here on Houston Real Estate Radio. You've been listening to MarSue Haffner from Sales Solve Everything. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.